Right, guys. Happy Tuesday. I think this is our penultimate lesson before we stop for Easter. Now you're gonna have to excuse me today. I'm not feeling very well. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go over some skating positions and spirals and stretches and moving through positions and building strength that way rather than bounding around the room, if that's okay with everybody, if that sounds okay. Good. I will try not to have a coughing fit because this is what's been happening all day. So if I do disappear coughing, just carry on. Right, so we're going to get warmed up first. Let's just start. Set your watches if you've got watches, because I know I like to keep a track. I know it's a nice way of doing things. So just march on the spot. We'll get our blood pumping. Lift them knees as high as you can. And then just a little jog. Nice and light on the toes. If you've got room, jog around. Mary's doing a little lap. Okay, let's roll these shoulders. Roll them backwards. And forwards. And then let's take the arms backwards. Good, and forwards. Good. Now, if you can, let's try alternate, if you can. If not, do one arm and then the other arm. And switch. Let's have a look. Well done, guys. Good, well done. Good. Okay, torso twists. Just nice and gentle. This is where my knees crack. So gently from side to side. And then if you can, double bounce on one side, double bounce on the other. Just pushing it a little bit further. Callum heard my knees crack. Every time. Good, well done, guys. Just gentle, we're just getting the body awake. Okay, let's do side stretches, so over the side. Good, and the other way. And this time we're going to do what we did last week, so we're going to go side, flat with the back, down to the toe, slowly up, and the other way, side, flat with the back, so stick your bottom back, good, down to the toe, slowly up. Let's do that again. Side, flat back, down to the toe, slowly up, and the other way. Good. Flat back, down to the toe, and slowly up. Good. Shake. Let's do your hip circle. So we're going to go around. Good. And the other way. Good, figure of 8. And then reverse. Good, well done, guys. Okay, let's open the hips. Good, and then let's reverse that movement. So open it up to the side and bring it forwards. Good. Okay, let's do heel toe rock. So up on the toe, back on the heel. Up on the toe, back on the heel. Hold on if you need to. I'm super wobbly today. Good, now let's try that on one leg. So if you need to hold on lightly, and we're gonna go up on the toe, back on the heel. Up on the toe, back on the heel. You wanna put your arms out like you're skating for balance. Good, and let's try the other leg. So my free leg I just placed behind at the bottom of my ankle and up on the heel. Toe, heel, toe, heel. Good, well done, guys. Oh, Jen's cat's on the scene. Mine's wandering around my feet. Okay, let's just circle the ankle and get that moving a little bit. One way and then the other way, and then switch legs. Good, and let's just do some leg kicks forwards, don't have to be high. Just loosen everything up. Good, and to the side. Good, and then just back into like a high landing position. Okay, grab a drink if you've got one. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go through some skating positions. We're going to do some forward stroking, things like that. Hopefully, all of us will be back on the ice in the next month or two. So let's keep these positions familiar to us so when we go back on, we'll be safe. So just starting with forward stroking, we're going to have our hands in that nice extended position. Try and keep these shoulders down. Oops, bear with me. Oh, brilliant. Thank you. Sorry, guys. Impromptu Amazon order. Right, let's do our forward stroking. So arms out, and remember we're going to bend and bend. So we want to extend the leg, point the toe, yeah, turn out the foot, all these things we think about when we've got our boots on our feet. Let's try and mimic it off the ice now. So bend and rise, bend and rise. Keep your feet in a V position to mimic how we push onto the diagonal as well. So bend and rise. Good, well done. Now take the hands up. Good. Open again. And we're going to go up and open. Up and open. Good. Nice, Mary. Good. Good, Hattie. Well done, guys. Good. Keep that balance. So keep your core nice and strong around here. Good, Callum. Well done. Okay, well done. Thumbs up. Okay. Let's do now. I'm going to have to adjust my screen so you can see my feet. I think I'm going to end up standing on my cat here. It's getting a little bit... how am I going to stand this laptop up? Right, 1 minute. That might be better. Right, okay, so we're going to do now, we're going to just stand with our feet in a triangle. And what I want you to think about is lunging, knee over toe, knee over toe. Yeah, and we're just going to switch sides. So imagine you were skating down a rink and you were pushing on 2 feet and you were trying to gain some speed. So bend, bend. Keep your body up, pull your core in, arms out. Now what I want you to do is as we bend over the left leg, I want you to bring your right arm across the front as if you were striking for a crossover, and then change to the other side. Here, here. So we're just doing a transfer of weight. Let's have a look. Good. So now what I want you to do is we're going to do that exercise again, but this time when we go to one side, we're going to lift the extended leg up. So then we're balancing on one leg, like we're on an outside edge. Exactly, Mary, exactly like that. So we're going to go here and lift. Change, lift. Change, lift. Just so we're working on the balance, we're working on the stretch, the turn out, the pointed toe, the body alignment, the positions where the upper body is slightly twisted. So you want more control, so we're working on that strength. So you're going to strike over here and we're going to lift. And then we're going to strike over here and we're going to lift. Good. Well done, guys. Oh. Good. So let's do that now, and let's progress it for the crossover. So we're going to go from this position, we're going to cross it over the front, and then I want you to extend that under push as well. So on a crossover, there's 2 pushes. You've got your first push, and then you've got the under push. And the under push has to be strong as well, so it propels you forward. So if we're here, we've extended here, I want you to concentrate on the cross here and the under push. So this time, I'm crossing my right over my left. So my right knee is now bent, my left leg is extended, my right arm is still in front here, and I feel the stretch. Let's have a look. So you want to try and push into that knee as much as possible and extend that free foot as far away underneath you as possible as well. Like pushing into that inside edge. Good. And through. Good. Now, if you want to step this round a circle as you would on the ice, that's fine. Or if you want to just do one and then come back to the beginning. So we're striking for the first push here. And then we are under pushing here. If you want to leave the little toe on the floor for stability, that's fine. But let's try it the other way as well. So this time my left is crossing over my right. Now this for me on the ice would be my weaker way. Let's have a look. So we're here in the first position, nice and extended, knee over toe. Then we're going to cross the foot over and we're going to extend that under push there. Now, if you wanted to make this more challenging, you could place a wobble cushion next to you. And as you cross, you could place your foot on that wobble cushion and then extend. And that little instability would strengthen like around the ankle and stuff. So if you want to make it more of a challenge. So we're here and we're crossing here. Now, don't forget as well, your head and your chin. Think about where you're looking. Try not to look at the floor. On the ice, we try and keep our chin lifted. If not, just look straight ahead, but try not to look at your feet. So we're here, we strike on that first push, and then we're on the under push. Strike and under push. As I said, you could do this around a circle, but really we want to concentrate on the depth of the knee bend, because the lower you go, nice and smooth. And remember, through a crossover, we don't rise up, we stay at one level. So we stay down at that one level when we're pushing. Good. I like giving you a challenge. Try it the other way as well. So say now, 2 more for me this way and 2 more for me the other way. And then we'll move on and through. So we're going to strike on that first push and through. And then change direction. So we're going to strike and through. Good, well done, guys. Good. That's it. So remember, when we're crossing over, we're pushing onto that forward inside edge. When we're on the ice, keep it nice and strong. Have a drink, guys, if you've got one. I mean, these movements aren't they're familiar to us, aren't they? But obviously these movement patterns we haven't really done since not being on the ice. So it's nice to go over them, and you can make it as difficult as possible, holding your position still and then pushing down as much as you can. So all the squats and lunges we've done will all help towards this. Right, let's try now. We'll have to start at the back because we'll move forward. Let's try cross rolls. So just working on the legs, sweeping around from the back to the front and then swapping. I mean, it's going to feel a little bit uncomfortable because we haven't got the smoothness of the ice, but again, we're working on extension, the toe being turned out and then turning in as it comes across the front to allow us to sweep onto the outside edge. So we're here and we're going to extend, allow that leg to come through here, extend, circle it around. So we're working at keeping the leg really, we want to keep it on one level as it moves around. We don't want it to like swing up at the back and drop down without control. It's working on moving that leg on one level, the bend and rise of the knee. So we rise up as the leg is moving and we bend as we want to cross. So that means we don't hit the ice hard. It's placed upon the ice to sweep onto the outside edge. So we're here, bend, rise, bend. Good. Now try and keep them shoulders as still as possible. Be a little bit of movement, but don't have them too swingy. Now, if you've got socks on and a slidey floor, this will feel a little bit easier because you can sweep your foot across the front like you've got sliders on. It's a little bit harder when you've got trainers on or a carpeted floor. And if you're struggling to keep it at one level, what you can do is, as you're, let's see if I can prop you up again. You can guide the big toe. So you can place the big toe on the floor at the back and guide it around until you swap your feet and then rotate. So your big toe is following it around, turn it in, little toe, pull it across, turn to the big toe. Just so you can get used to that movement. Good. Well done. Okay. Let's have a look at your backward skating off the ice. So, yeah. So it's like a push, isn't it? So think again, we're going to work on diagonals. So we're going to push, rise up together, push, rise up together, push, rise up together. So think when we push, we're pushing onto outside edges. So we're on the back on them diagonals, aren't we? And when we bring our feet together, we're back into like a neutral position. But when we push, ideally, we want to try and turn them toes out a little bit. Good. So this is just working on the extension. The arms are going to be in that nice position as we have them here. So we're going to push and rise. So we're going to bend, rise. So again, we're working on that soft knees and ankles, allowing us to have that nice bend and rise, get a rhythm in it. Good, Mia, well done. Okay, so let's go back to the transfer of weight between the side lunges. So this time we're going to do it for the backwards crossovers. So we just remember we were nice and soft, transferring. Here, 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 here. So this is the first push in a back crossover. Okay, so we're going to go hold. This time both feet are going to be on the ice. They're not going to pick up. And then we're going to have to pull the foot across and under push again. Okay. So again, if you've got socks, it might be a little easier than what mine is. So we first push and through. You might feel like you want to turn as you're doing this, which is fine, because I find it a little bit easier to think I'm going round a circle. So push onto the cross, push and through. Now remember, keep everything pulled up, arms out, chin up. Remember, for this, we're facing into the circle. And what we want to do on our first push, we want to get as wide a push as possible, because that means we've got so much more time to get more power as we go into the under push. Good, Mary. So we want to go down in on knees. Nice deep lunge here and push through and extend. So basic skating is so important, as we know in skating, isn't it? And it's one thing that you'll do every time you're on the ice. Okay, let's try the other way now as well. So let's try the crossovers the other way. So we're going to strike into that deep lunge and pull through and extend. Strike here and pull. Again, if you want to make it harder, you can incorporate that wobble cushion. It would mean you have to pick up your foot slightly to put it on. But if you want to do that, work on the stability, that's fine by me. Even if you put one foot on it to start with and you do like your deep lunge in it, the foot that's on that wobble cushion, that's it. Good, Steph. Or you can step onto it as we did before. Jen, step over it there if you can. Stay down in the knee, down in the knees. It moves across, down, and move your weight over. Okay, good, guys. Right, let's try backwards cross rolls. So for this one, it's the reverse of what we were doing before, wasn't it? 1 minute is Jen typing. And we're going to cross behind, and the leg's going to move from the front to the back. And as it moves to the back, it turns out, so we can put the foot down flat on the ice, so there's not this and makes a sound. on test days. That's something we always listen out for. Now, so we're turning our feet out. We're going to bend and we're going to rise as the leg. Bend, rise, bend. Keep them arms. If you want to make it harder, you can put your hands above your head. If you hold them at the top, pull you up a little bit, but it'll add that little extra difficulty. Good, well done, guys. Super. Good, think of your body alignment as well. So your chest is open, your arms are down, your chin is up. And we're controlling that leg. So try not to, like, when we're crossing here, don't just like fling it around and put it down. We're controlling that semicircle movement, placing it down on the ice. We have control of that leg. Super, well done, guys. Okay, good. Grab a drink. We're going to do some spirals. Okay, so we're going to start just with your plain spiral position. Now, whether you want to hold on or not, that's up to you. And we're just going to hold it. We're going to hold the position nice and still. So think about your arms, think about your head, think about the turnout, the extension, the pointed toe. Lots of things to think about on one little spiral. Good. And what we want to try and create is a bit of an arch in the back to give us that nice spiral position. Well done. So we want to try and hold. So if we're here, we want to just sit in that position. Now, I don't know what you do with your arms. If I'm on the ice, I tend to have one arm forwards and one arm backwards, but you do whatever you're comfortable with. And let's try the other leg. And try and just hold it there. So again, if you think these are quite easy, get your wobble cushion out again and stand on your wobble cushion, or stand on a normal cushion just to provide that instability under the foot. And these tiny, tiny movements that will happen will help to strengthen. Good. So what we're going to try and do now is we're going to do the spiral position, and then we're going to hold it, and then we're going to drop our arms to the floor, and hopefully our leg will lift a little bit higher. So we're kind of almost doing a Charlotte spiral, you know, where they lift the leg in the air and they touch the floor with the hands as they're traveling, usually backwards on the ice. And then what I want you to try and do from there is I want you to try and lift back into your normal spiral. So we're adding this movement in, which makes it a little bit trickier to control, but it also builds the strength as well. So it's helping our balance and everything. So we're going to hold our spiral. Pick your good leg, I would say, first. Hold it here. And then when you're ready, slowly drop your hands to the floor. Let that leg come up. Tuck your head under. And then slowly try and lift yourself and hold into that spiral position again. Okay, good. Now, if you want to do it with one hand holding on, that is perfectly fine. Do what you can. Well done. And let's try the other leg as well. So this is my not so good leg. Hold. And then down to the floor. Hold. And then slowly pull back up. Let's have a look what we can do. Good. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm wobbling like crazy throughout both of those. So I need to get a little bit stronger. Good, well done. So the hard part for me comes after being dropped down to then returning back to that spiral position. And even though it's only a slow movement, it's still helping to build strength and balance. It's helping our balance, which is always a good thing when we've been off the ice for so long. Okay, so now let's do the normal spiral position. And this time we're going to keep the position still, but what we're going to do is we're going to move our arms. So a spiral's going to stay in its position, but we're going to move our arms just to add again, just to challenge the balance a little bit more, okay? So start in a normal position with your spiral, and we're going to hold it. We're going to have our arms this time on and both out to the side. So we're going to hold. Then I want you to bring your hands forwards and hold. And then if you can, I want to take them back and grab behind your bottom and then bring them back out to the side. Now let's say I had a massive wobble in the middle of that one. So always do this really slow, because obviously then we're holding that spiral for a lot longer. So moving them forwards really slowly and then holding them in that position there. And then slowly we're going to move it to the back. Try if you can to link your arms, or just move them to the back, that's fine. And then open them back out to the side. Good. Okay, let's try the other leg. So we're going to lift into a forward spiral. Hold it there. We're going to take the hands forward. Hold it there. Try and keep that spiral position still. Take it to the back. Link your arms. Now I can pull mine away. See how comfortable that is. And then release back to the side. So I am not very good at those today. Well done, guys. This is really good. And it doesn't matter if you fall out of it. This is all part of the... Super. So now let's try and add. Now, bearing in mind my demonstration of this is not going to be great because I am old. So, and I'm full of a cold. I'll blame it on the cold. We're going to try and twist. So we're going to do the spiral. And then this time, what I want you to do, if you're here, I want you to try and twist over. Now, many moons ago used to do a spiral like that, but I used to bend my leg. I felt more comfortable with my leg bending. So if that feels more comfortable, try that. If you don't want to twist, that's fine. Just do your normal spiral or do a catch foot spiral, okay? So we're just trying to, again, incorporate more movement. So if you want to keep your hand on something as you're doing it, so if you want to hold on to something and then try and twist, hopefully you guys will be a lot stronger than I am trying this. And try and do both legs. Good, Jen. So even if it's just starting to open the shoulder up. Yeah, well done. You see this movement sometimes in a camel position, but I see it a lot when I watch artistic roller skating, you know, on the quad skates. They do this camel and they fully twist over. It's amazing. If you ever watch it on YouTube, some of the things that they do on quad skates is amazing. Well done. Super, good. Okay, so that's something to practice. So that's something we've not done on these groups before, but we can leave that to practice. Let's try spiral, so normal spiral, but then we're going to move the leg from the back to the front. And what I want you to try and do, which is the tricky one, is keep it on the same level. So don't move it and drop it down. I want you to try and maintain. Now, I say this. So you're going to do your normal spiral. If you want to hold on, but you're here. And then we're going to try and bring it around to the front. And then if you can, we're going to take it back again. Now mine drops as I get to the side because my hip isn't very flexible or very strong on that side anymore. But that's the challenge, to try and keep it on the same level. Now, if you struggle in the spiral position, take it down to like a high landing position, so it's slightly under the hip, and then work it like we did with the cross rolls. So if it's easier, just do it on a high landing position here and try and move it around that way. So you've got control over it without it dropping massively. And let's do both legs. So you want to take it slow through this movement so you can feel it. Excuse me. So I'll try my other leg. So I'm here and I'm going to open. And then I'm going to reverse. Now that is my hardest leg, I've got to say. Well done. But like I said, if it's tricky, just lower the leg into like an extended landing position and then take it from there and we can build it up. It doesn't matter if it's only a little bit off the floor. We just work to whatever level we're all at. Good, Mary, well done. Honestly, guys, this is brilliant control here. Okay. Let us do. Right, let's build on what we've been doing. So we're going to do forward spiral, but this time we're going to hold it. And then we're going to move into forward catch. So same hand to foot, hold it, and then open it back again into spiral. And let's see how that goes. So we're doing that, we're fulfilling the catch position, but then we've got to control it coming out if you can. So we're going to hold the position. Get your balance. And then grab your foot if you can, hold. And then open it back into the spiral position. I am super wobbly today. Good. Put your hand on the wall if you need to. So let's do both legs of that. I think I'm going to end up cartwheeling today. I'm really not balanced. So hold. Into catch foot. And then open it back if you can. Some lovely catch foot positions, guys. Remember, these positions can be used in spins, spirals, poses. Okay, if we can, let's try opposite hand to foot. Now, if you struggle to grab the opposite hand to foot, just try and bend the leg in and touch the foot with the hand. Okay? So if you struggle to grab it, because I know this can be a really awkward position, yeah, to grab sometimes when you've not got your blades on to hook your hand under. So if not, just try and bend the leg in and bend the leg in and move the arm back, and then move back into your spiral position. So we're adding that movement, but we'll work around what you guys can do and what you're comfortable with. Good, and try and remain balanced. Hold. Pull. When I say remain balanced, don't watch me while you're doing it because I'm hopping around everywhere. Good. But again, this is quite a simple position, but it's still challenging because we're slowing the movement down. We're maintaining positions. We're trying to stay still on the spot, although I'm not doing a very good job of it myself. Good. Let's try both feet as well. hold. Good, well done. Fantastic. Grab a drink if you need one. Keep your fluids up. Right. Fabulous. Okay, so let us do now. Let's warm up our I's and our Y's. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to try and move between I and Y to Y. Now, I'd say hold on for this one, if you can. Just with one hand. Let's warm up the Y's to start with. Where should I put you? Okay, so we're going to hold on. And in fact, I'm going to need my glasses. I can see you all better. And then let's do Y first. Now for Y, I prefer holding on the inside of my foot. If you want to do so, you can hold under your heel. Pull. Some people prefer to hold their toes. So whatever you're comfortable with. And if you want to take your shoes off, that's fine. Our Hattie's got her contraption out again. So let's just hold that there. Now, if you feel comfortable in that position, try and take your supporting hand off. So I'm here. And let's try both legs. So again, if you want to make this a little bit harder, you can stand on a wobble cushion. Good. Okay, so let's do our I position now. So this is the one that comes straight up in front of your nose. If you want to lean against something for this, please do so. You can either lean in a doorway, or you can lean against your settee or a wall, whatever's comfortable. And for this one, for me, I prefer to grab the leg with the same hand on the inside of the foot and then use the opposite hand to support. So if I'm here, and then pull up this way. And let's try both legs. Now, what I want to do with this is I want to try and move from the I position to the Y position now. So, I mean, you could do this on the ice in a spiral. You can do spirals that move through positions. But I'm just thinking it will help us with a little bit of strength and a little bit of balance. So let's see what we can do. Let's see how we get on. If you don't want to do this, remember as well, on these stretches, you can lie down on your back. I think Juliana's doing that currently. I can see a leg in there. So if you want to do these lying down, and that might be a little bit easier to move through those positions without. So let's try I to Y. Let's see what we can do. Now, if you can do it without holding on, fantastic. But if not, balance against something and move from here and then open it up. Now, I have a skater who can go from I into Y and then into a spiral at the back, which is absolutely beautiful. But it's not something that I can demonstrate because I don't turn out that way. Okay, well done, guys. Let's do both sides. and then we will move on. That's it. Get a drink, guys, if you need one, while everybody's just doing the final position. Brilliant, guys. Okay, relax. How is everybody for spread eagles? Okay, so what I want you to do is stand in a V position. Okay. So bearing in mind, I am one of these skaters who has really struggled with spread eagle. Now, when I was younger, I could kind of do it, but my hips were back. And now it's, yeah, it's not great. So stand in a V position. And then what I want you to do is just slide one foot here. Slide one foot out to the side. Here. About shoulder width apart. Now, as you can see, my feet are not fully turned out. If you can hit that turnout, please do. To do that, I need to hold on to something. As Juliana's doing there, I need to hold on to something to help. Okay, so try now, I want you to try and push your hips forwards. So really push your hips forwards. So squeeze your glutes and try and push them hips forward. So you can imagine you're on a straight line. If you've got laminate floor, you can copy it and try and follow that straight line. Now for me, I really struggle to balance in that position. Good. Now let's try and bend on knees in that position. So for me, I would be here and I would hold on to my table because I'd struggle. Now, when I do this, my knees drop in, and ideally what you want to do is as you go down, everything's in line. Because I struggle with the turnout, it isn't, but it's a nice stretch to do, to be fair. But these types of things with a bent knee can, you know, on an inside edge can be put into a step sequence. They can, if you can do an inside spread into a spin, you know, it adds different entries and highlights to things. So then you get to the bower, the Ina bower, which again, I can probably do for about 2 seconds on the ice. So your front foot is bent and your back leg is straight, 180 degrees to each other. But your stance is split here. So you're pressing your knee over your toe on your front leg and your back leg is straight. So again, your hips want to be underneath, arms open, and try it both ways because I know I have a preferred way. Like this one, I can't get my back leg turned out. Good. So on some of these, it's hard to get both feet turned out. But it's nice to practice because the more you practice them, the better they do get. Because I know when I practiced my spread eagle, it definitely improved on the ice. Whereas now, because I don't practice it, it's definitely got worse. Good, well done, guys. And this can be done as well with a lean back. So when you're super confident on it, and you see people, don't you, where they arch, they've got a beautiful arch back when doing it. Again, these can be done on an inside leg as, you know, a very short, you can do it without holding it and maintaining it into something. But turnout is always good, so it's nice to practice these kind of things. I think we'll leave it there for today. What do you think?